Greetings, YouTube. I'm still trying to figure out a name for myself. But I noticed something while thrifting, and as you can see, I've got a Nerf Titan AS V1 sitting on my brother's very, very, very messy workbench in our freezing garage because, Virginia's cold. And I noticed that usually most nerfers who are lucky enough to find a Titan or bought one new in box back when they were out sanded down the tabs that lock the barrel in place before screwing it on, because that's the smart thing to do. While other nerfers who find thrifted Titans like myself see that the barrel doesn't unscrew like that, and they just destroy it. See, I marked here, this is basically how much leeway I have with turning it. I've got that little bit, which means it's not glued there, it just has the plastic tabs that are underneath this orange ring and just on the tank inside. So what I want to do, and I did manage to do this before, but only after I had already cut the barrel about here, because I was impatient, but I have a second chance because I found this one at a thrift store, and this one's actually in better condition than the last one. I want to save this. Even though I don't have a Titan missile, I want to save this barrel because if I ever find them, or if I find knockoff ones off of eBay that I'm willing to pay for. There's one guy out there, I don't know his name right now, but he sells them for like $20 for two of them, which is awesome. Little out of my price range though. I want to be able to shoot those, because come on, who doesn't want to shoot a giant freaking foam missile if you're at a Nerf war? And plus, if I do buy those off-brand ones, I could probably replicate them myself down the line. So I'm going to pause the video here and come back when I've got the Titan opened. And if I can't find a new method of getting this off and keeping the barrel intact, I'll show you the method I used the first time. Okay, so it's a half hour later, probably more. I wasn't keeping tabs on the time since I'm recording this with my phone and there's no clocks in this garage. And I had to... There was one screw, just one flibbin' screw that did not want to come out. It was right up here at the front, and if you'll notice, there's something missing, and it doesn't look pretty. Well, that's because I got impatient, and I'm freezing and my hands hurt because it's cold. The screw didn't want to come out because the tip of it had been stripped, and I was only making it worse trying to find different screwdrivers to open it. So I dremeled it out. Took my brother's rotary tool and just cut off the entire screw post so I could finally get inside this freaking blaster. Hooray! So don't care right now. Just kidding. So far this thing looks bare bones stock. Most of the screws aren't even rusty. Only like maybe 3 or 4 of them out of the bajillion that are in there. So that's cool. I don't care about the shell because I plan on putting this in another blaster. I'm not going to say what, because if my idea works, one, I want credit for it in the archives of the internet, even though somebody probably already did think of it and posted it on Nerf Haven, and I just haven't looked deep enough for it. Also, two, I would like to showcase it on my channel and see if it gets me more views. Trying to get that YouTube money! Lols. Hashtag just kidding. So yeah, let me get back at you guys once I get the tank liberated. Something strange about this Titan. The rest of the screws to the, not screws, the rest of the tubing vents to the, at least at the base of the tank, for the power, the pressure gauge, the pump, and to connect to the Hornet, they don't have the same locking nuts like these. This is only to the receiving end of the power gauge, of the pressure gauge, but it's not going to the rest of the vent holes down here. Sadly, I do not have a ball pump as of yet, or a bike pump of some kind to replace this pump. Planning on making a trip to Walmart tomorrow since I have a surprise day off from work. Huzzah! But that's not why we're here. Getting this bad boy off without compromising it. Now, what I had originally done to get the screw, well, what was left of the barrel after I cut off my last Titan tank, was I used a hacksaw and cut straight lines around, like just across, and then tried to make them match into a complete circle around here, and eventually turning it inside a vise, let it give way, and it finally came apart. I would like to keep this ring, so I'm going to try and see if I can do that. Maybe find something flat and thin enough to go underneath here that'll let me pry it off or turn it off slowly. I'll let you guys know if that works. If not, I will just hack away at it with a hacksaw, because I would show you this, but I don't have anything that can hold my phone while I do this. I'm just interjecting step by step. So, fingers crossed. Well, guys, we are successful. Huzzah! I don't know if maybe the tabs on this one were weak, but I managed to get it off very, very easily. What I didn't notice the last time was that the 4 tabs you see here that lock into place with these 4 notches, or vice versa, I guess these would technically be notches and the tabs were here. You could see the tips of them from this angle if you had enough light. And what I simply did was I reached my hacksaw through and I just gently nicked at them slowly, gingerly, as you can see from the scratch marks. But the last time I did this, I just straight up cut off this surrounding ring right here, this whole piece, jaggedly and very crudely. I didn't really care because I had already cut the barrel more than in half. I think it was from like base to where my thumb is. That's how much was left. But it doesn't matter. I have this barrel, and it's gonna go great on my future project. At least I know